guys. How are you? Let's see, are you guys straight? Let's see, there we go. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? I'll give you a moment or two to pop on, but I normally don't do this, but I want to show you guys right now the card that we're making because it's super cute. Look at how adorable that is. Isn't that super cute? That is Spinning Snowman. So we're going to make this one today. I love the way it turned out. It's so cute. So I'll just wait a minute and get see if some people pop on. I had 2 shares, and they were the same people that have been sharing, which I thank you so much for sharing the video, and please continue to share. But I don't think I'm going to do a giveaway because it's been less than a month, and they both have won. So, you know, I need you guys to share this, and I need you guys to comment that you've shared. If you're on YouTube catching this later when it's not live, please share it. Comment in the comment sections that you've shared the video, and you'll be entered in a chance to win. I really would appreciate you guys sharing. And like I said, you'll go into a drawing. So I'm not going to pick a winner this week. Just like I said, we only had 2 shares, and you guys have already won, and I appreciate you guys for sharing. So, so we're going to make this awesome little card today. I'm super excited about it. I'm just going to wait and see if anybody pops on. I know it takes a little bit for you to get the notifications, but, I love this set. We're going to use today the Spirited Snowmen. I'm a sucker for any kind of snowman stamps, stickers, whatever. I just love snowmen. I think they're so adorable. I probably have like 20 different snowman sets in my collection, but I don't care. I love them, and these guys are so cute. So I like when you stamp this, it gives that fuzzy look. On all these stamps, so I really like that look. But this is a cute one for winter. It doesn't have to be for Christmas. I mean, they do have this right here for your Christmas, and there really isn't any Christmas sayings, but you can turn this into a Christmas one. It's easy enough, and you can use it all winter long. So I really like this one. So this is the one I'm featuring all week long. I'm trying a new thing with my Facebook page. I'm trying to be more consistent with it. So every Monday I showcase a stamp set, paper, punch, some kind of product, and I will go ahead and showcase it every week for that week. And if you guys, you know, want me to showcase a product, please let me know. Comment to me and let me know, you know, if there's one you want to see several samples done with. So I'm just going to see if my lighting, okay, I did press that button. All right. So we're going to go ahead, I think, and get, I know there's a glare on there. We're going to get started with this card here. When you guys pop on, just let me know that you're here, and how's everybody's weather today. Our weather is cold. I think it's like in the 40s. I don't know if it's 50 yet, but I don't think it's supposed to be too warm today, and we're supposed to be getting rain, so it's not very nice out. It's a good day to stay inside and do some crafting, so that's what I plan on doing today. So we're gonna go ahead, let's just pull out the stuff we're gonna need to make our card. So I'm gonna use the Thick Whisper White today because it's my card base, and I just like the thickness of it. There's quite a difference between the Thick Whisper White and the regular Whisper White. So because I'm using white as my card base, I'm going to use the Thick Whisper White. So this is just the typical A2 size, 8.5 by 5.5, fold at 4 1/4. So we're just going to go ahead and fold this, and then use our bone folder and just give that a nice crease. So this is going to be our card base, and what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 pieces. I already have them cut out. These are 4 a quarter, no, 4 by 5.5. No, 4 by 5 1/4. There we go. So we're going to take 2 of these pieces. This paper here is from the Farmhouse paper. It's so pretty. If you guys haven't purchased it yet, let me just pull this out and show you guys. It's actually called Festive Farmhouse Designer Series paper. So you get, I'll go through the front here, these pieces here. So you get 12 designs, or 12 sheets, 6 different designs on each side. And it's super universal with all your Christmas stuff, I would think, you know. Even non-Christmas, you could, like this, you could do something. There's a lot of it that's non-Christmassy. But super pretty paper. I love it. And then here's the back side of the ones I just showed you. This is the back side to the one we're using today. And then you've got your sayings. Lots of pretty designs in here. So I bought the candy cane stamp set with the candy cane punch, and I can see candy canes with this one, so I'll have to come up with a project. That might be my product of the week at some point in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to use 2 sheets of that, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the layering circle framelits. So I'm using out of the layering circle framelits today, and again, you know, if you guys have been watching me, I count down from smallest to largest. So you're going to need the 5th smallest, the 7th smallest, and the 8th smallest circling framelit. So just count down from your smallest on up and you'll get those. So what we're going to need is you're going to need some kind of tape. You're going to want something like snail adhesive or temporary tape. I know that in the stores they sell like the Tombow Mono regular tape, and it is... let's see, I think I have some. Yeah, it's removable adhesive, something like that. The snail adhesive will work if you just put a little dot on there. So what we're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're just going to put a little dot, just a little, just, that might even be too big, just a little spot of it, and you're going to line it up on the front of your card here. Okay, and then what you're going to do is, so this is going to be your front right here. And then you're going to flip your card here, and on the inside panel, you're going to do the same thing. Just a little dot of it. And I did it right in the center. And then again, you're going to line this up. So it gives it a nice even frame. Okay. So you've got your front side and you've got your back side. So you want to make sure that they, because you only have that little piece on there, we're going to run this through the Big Shot. So you want to make sure that these stay in place here. They're not twisted like that. So just make sure before you run it through. So I'm going to try to bring in my Big Shot so you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm using the magnetic platform. I just find it's easier with the holding, because you're using this paper and it's looser. The magnet will hold your layering circle framelit on there very well. So what you're going to do is take your magnet platform. If you don't have your magnet platform, it's fine. You can use your regular platform. You're going to lay your plate down, and then what we're going to do is make sure your card is straight before you lay it down. All right, so then we're going to lay this down. And then you're going to take this is the largest circle framelit or the 8th smallest circle framelit. You're going to set that right in the center here. And we're going to cut that right out. So you're going to take your other plate, lay that down, and then I'm going to run this through I'm going to run it through once and then back it up and run it through again, because you're working with the thick Whisper White and you have 2 sheets of designer series paper. I want to make sure it cuts through. I'm even going to do it one more time, I think. I just want to make sure it cuts all the way through. So then I'm going to take my big shot out of here. You guys would be amazed at the little tiny workspace I have to work in here. Everything's falling. All right, so and we're going to remove this, and that'll cut a hole through all your sheets of paper. Now these you can keep, do something with them later. Because you only put a little piece on there, they should pull off pretty easily. See, if you really glued it down, you would have a problem. But see, it comes off pretty easily. And then you'll have these to use on some other project if you want in the future. So now your card is going to look like this. And then you've got your sheet of paper and your other sheet of paper, and you're good to go. So I'm just gonna make sure I crease this again. So before we move on to do our stamping and everything, we're gonna just put our string in the middle of this card so that we can get our snowman so he spins. So in order to do that, you're gonna need, this is the silver metallic twine, and you're gonna go ahead and use this. If you don't have this, any kind of little thin, or this is the thread, I'm sorry, not the twine. Any little thread type material will work. You could use sewing thread if you don't have this. I've also used fishing line before, and that is kind of where you can't see it. It's see-through. So whatever you want to use, but something thin. So you're just going to measure a piece about as long as the front of your card, and then you're just going to snip that off. And then I took some Scotch tape. You could just put a piece of just your adhesive here and stick it there, but I'm going to take 2 pieces of Scotch tape, or, you know, whatever kind of tape, and I'm going to find the center here, just like that, and then I'll tape down the one piece. And you want to make sure you don't tape it too close to the edge, because you will have that border with your paper. And then same thing here, you want to make sure this is pulled tightly, and then tape it right down at the bottom there. So now you've got this, and you'll see it's nice and tight, and it's right in the center. So you just want to make sure you apply that tape and make sure that it's pressed down so that string does not move. And then what you want to do is just trim these little ends here so that they don't stick out over your designer series paper. So now we're going to go ahead and put our designer series paper on. So you want to make sure that you pick the right pieces. So this is my front here, and then the back. This should go in here nicely, so I'll have to turn it. So you'll see. Okay, so we're just going to take, I'm going to take some snail adhesive, or I'm sorry, some fast fuse. If you don't have the fast fuse, I know it's no longer available, but it might still, the refills might still be on the clearance. I'm not sure, I haven't looked. But you could use your liquid mono glue and use that if you wanted to. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply this along the edges. And this is, if you're using the liquid glue, you want to just apply your adhesive along the edges. And then I also went and just kind of went around the circle here, just so it's not popping up through, you know, so that everything's anchored down pretty well. And again, if you're using the liquid glue, just put some liquid glue around the circle here. So I'll use it like that, and then you just want to make sure you're lining it up. Oh no. See, that's the bad thing about the snail adhesive. It's so sticky. Okay. So if you use the Tombow liquid mono glue, it's a little better because you're not, and I totally pulled that out too. I'm just having a day, aren't I? So I'm just gonna go ahead and re-tighten this because I want to make sure, you want to make sure your string is, the first card I did, I just put adhesive down and just stuck the string to there. I didn't use the tape, but I thought it would be easier to use the tape, which the tape works well. Once you get your adhesive on, it'll hold that right in place. Okay, so let's try this again. So you just want to line it up along your circle, and then it should fall right into play. So there we go. So there's your front. And then we're going to do the same thing on the back. And I'm going to use the liquid mono glue and show you guys how much easier it is with the mono glue. So just a little bit along the edge. And then around your circle here. And then you'll see this side is a little bit wider, so it's going to go down here. Just line it up there. And then with this one, you have a little bit more wiggle room. So I think I would recommend using your mono glue over your fast fuse. So there's that, and see, it's not as tight as I'd like it, but that's okay. It'll still work. So there's the front of your card, just like that, and then the inside's going to have that on there. And you can also, if you wanted to, I didn't do it for this one, but you could cut out one of the framelets. I don't know if that would work, though. I was going to say you could cut out the largest scalloped framelit and put that as a border, but I use the largest circle, so I don't know if that would work. I don't think that'll work. If this circle was the smaller one, like the 7th one, then you could cut out the largest scalloped circle framelit along with the, I don't know, I think I'm confusing me. You would take your largest scalloped, and then you would take the 7th smallest one, and you'd cut out your glimmer paper, this stuff here. You would cut that out first, and then you would take your circle and cut around the scallop shape, and then all right, so sorry about that, guys. I don't know if you guys heard the incoming call. I thought I put do not disturb on. So anyways, go ahead and put that aside. Hi, Julie. How are you this morning? So, let's see. Oh yeah, glue dot too, but I think the tape, glue dot's a good idea because I used the adhesive and that worked. But I like the tape too, because who doesn't have Scotch tape on hand? So now we're just going to set this guy aside here. And we're going to take, I've already pre-cut these out. This is the, in the holiday catalog. It's so pretty. It's the Joyous Noel Glimmer, or Glitzer paper it's called. And it's so pretty. You've got the 3 colors, gold, red, and green. And it's not like the old style paper. It's not coming off on your hands. And when you cut it, it doesn't come all over everything. It does, all the glitter and stuff stays. It doesn't, your glitter, it's not raining glitter anywhere. So I really like how they've changed their glimmer paper and their glitz paper to where before when you'd use it, the glitter came off a lot. So this is really nice. So you're going to cut 2 circles out with your Big Shot. I already did it to save time. And I used the 7th smallest one, which is out of the circle and layering circle of framelits. So the card was cut with the 8th smallest or the largest one. And then these are cut with the 7th smallest one or the 2nd largest one. So I don't know if I confuse you guys by saying that. It sounds to me, every time I say it, it sounds so confusing. So, but I don't know. I don't think it's as confusing as the way I'm hearing it. So you're going to cut those out. You're going to set those aside. Then you're going to need a piece of Whisper White. This is just regular. It's not the thick. Just a scrap piece. And you're going to need it big enough to where you're going to cut out this snowman here. Let's see, where is he? Which one are we using? We're going to use this guy right here. So he's the smaller of the snowmen, and with him I'm using the 5th smallest circling framelit. So your Whisper White just has to be big enough to where you're going to cut this out twice. And I didn't pre-cut it because I'm going to stamp them first and then cut them. It's a little harder to stamp and then cut it out. It's a lot easier to go ahead and stamp him and then cut him. So let me just find where I put him. Here he is. So for him, we're going to do some coloring with the blender pens. So I'm using the Memento Tuxedo Black to stamp him out. And you're just going to stamp him out twice. Isn't he so cute? I just love these little snowmen. So there he is. And then you just want to go ahead, run him through the Big Shot, like I said again, with the 5th smallest. So I'm just going to go off camera here and just run him through because it'll be easier. And then we're going to use the blender pens to color him. If you don't have the blender pens, well, you should have them because they're awesome. But for some reason, if you don't, you can use your markers. You can use your inks, anything like that. So I do like the magnetic plate because it kind of holds it in place for you and you're not messing around and it's not moving on you. So there's one. And he cuts out pretty much the whole thing. You might cut off part of his boot or something, but for the most part, you cut him completely out with this framelit. So you'll get 2 of these. And then I'm just using the, I'm using a bunch of different blender pens here. And I'll list all them in the video description so you know which ones I'm using. But, so I'm just going to color his scarf. I'm using the light and dark of Poppy Parade to color his scarf. And on the coloring, I'm using all of the marker tip. I'm not using the paintbrush just because everything is so detailed. So I'll just go every other part of his scarf here with light, and then the rest I'll do dark. I just love these markers. I was going to color him ahead of time, but I didn't think, it's not a lot, whole heck of a lot of coloring. It's more little little stuff. And then his buttons here, I did the dark cherry cobbler. Then his nose was dark pumpkin pie. And these do bleed through, so you want to make sure on your work surface you have something underneath so it doesn't bleed onto your work surface. And they do dry out if you don't put your marker caps on, and they snap on pretty tightly, so you want to just make sure you hear that click or feel that click when you close these markers up. So his hat, I'm missing one here. Let's see, which one is this? Bermuda Bay, the light pool party. Oh, here we go. So I'm using, for his hat, I'm using dark and light pool party. So the dark pool party, I'm going to do the dots on his hat, the little polka dots here. And then the light pool party, I'm going to color in his hat. And then the brim of his hat in the little ball there is going to use the light Bermuda Bay. And then for his boots, oh, I forgot his boots. I also did the Bermuda Bay for his boots too. And then this one here is just the dark soft suede, and this is just going to be for his little arms and his legs. Oh, gotta finish this guy. So not too bad on the coloring, just a few things. So now, I'm going to set those guys aside. You're going to take and glue these guys on your glimmer paper. So you want some kind of strong adhesive. So either your liquid mono glue or your fast fuse if you still have some. And you're just going to center him in the middle of this. Just like that. And then you're going to bring in your card base. And my string came out. If I put him on, it's going to be too loose. Yep. So, I'm not sure. This is why I cringe at lives, because I thought I had it all figured out. Well, the liquid mono glue here, oh, that's the inside, of course. And of course, I use the snail adhesive on this side, so I'm not going to be able to do this, am I? Don't know why I'm having such difficulties with this. Oh, man. Well, for the sake of this should be taut. This should not be loose like that. I think this tape, I think it slipped from the tape, so I don't think the tape's a good idea. I think you'd be better off with the glue. And I've never tried it with the tape. I've always done glue up here and I've never had a problem, and I thought it would be easier for you guys if you use the tape. So don't follow my instructions and use the tape. So when you put your string down, use glue up here. Julie, I think the glue dot is a good idea. I think the glue dot is. So anyways, this guy here is too loose, but I'm just going to show you for the sake of the film here, I'm just going to use some fast views. And I'll have to fix that. I'll have to get some paper and layer over top of it or something. So what you want to do is just take your snowman and make sure he is right side up there and kind of figure out where you want him. And then maybe I can work with it on this side, huh? Maybe I can. Oh yeah, he pulled right out. Okay guys, so take lesson from me on what not to do. But anyways, you get the idea. You would put him in here in the string, and then you would make sure that he's lined up. They're lined up so that one's not upside down. And you would put them together like so. And then he would go like this with the string. So this one here, I used the glue. I didn't use the tape on the inside, so you can see this one works much better. So that's what he should do if your string stays in put. So then what you're going to do is, and I'll have to fix him later, but what we're going to do for the front here, so let's just pretend like he swings around nicely. You're going to take a piece of cherry cobbler, and thanks, Deb. Hi, Deb. Yeah, my little card is not working out, but you're going to take a piece of cherry cobbler. This one here is cut at 1 inch by 3 3/4. And we're going to stamp on here with the, let's see, we've got a finder here. Your Friendship Warms My Heart, and it's in this cute little set here, right here. So we're going to take this, we're going to just use your Memento Black. And just going to kind of stamp it right in the center. Just like that. Then I'm going to flag the one end here. So I'm just going to cut down the center and then just cut at the points here. So you have your flag. Then on this end here, I'm using the scalloped tag topper, and I'm just going to slide this in as far as it'll go, kind of in the center, just like that, and then just so you give that cute little tag top there. And then I'm using, you can use any kind of ribbon, but I like the gray because it coordinates with the gray granite in here. So this is the gray granite ribbon here, your textured weave ribbon. And I'm just going to kind of measure it. I don't know how much, maybe 2-3 inches. And then cut that. And then you're just going to take and just kind of fold your ribbon in half and then pull it through and then put it through your little loop there and then pull it, and then actually I did that the wrong way. I want the knot on the other way. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the back. So this way I put it in the front. This one I'm going to put it in the back like this because I want my knot up front. So then you're just going to pull it through there and then pull one at a time to kind of tighten it. But don't pull too tight. You don't want to rip it right through your tag topper there. I still did that wrong because I wanted that on the top. I'm all flustered because my card didn't work out right. So, all right, let me do this one more time. Nothing worse when you have it in your head on what you want to do and it doesn't go the way you want it to. So anyways, pull it through so the loop's in the back. See how the loop's in the back of the tag? There we go. That's what I wanted to do because I want the knot in the front. I'm just going to pull that again, not too tight because like I said, you don't want it to go right through your paper. And then what I'll do is I will just go ahead and trim at an angle. And then to finish my poor sad card off, you're going to take and use some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I have them over here someplace. Just going to use a couple of dimensionals. I like to use a lot of them, so I'll put, I think I'll use 6 on here. I'll do 2 at the ends, and then 2 each at the ends, and then in the middle here. So the Scotch tape was not a good idea for our string. So you guys use glue dot. I think the glue dot's a good idea, but it does, you just got to make sure it stays in the spot there. And then what you're going to do is just kind of glue this right up at the top here. I have a little bit of that sticking up. Or at the bottom if you don't have enough room, which I'm going to go right at the bottom here. Just like that. So let's pretend like this is the card I just made. So this is how the card would look. Isn't that super cute? And then to finish it off, what I did was I stamped the snowflakes from that set. So you would just open it up, and along here, I'm going to use the Coastal Cabana to stamp that up. And I'm going to use the little snowflakes that are in here. Those are so cute. We're going to use that. What I did with this is I inked it off the paper once, and then I kind of just inked it off to the side here. Just give it a little border along the bottom of your card. Isn't that cute? The inside there. So there's your card. And we're going to pretend like this is the one we made today. So this is how your card will turn out. So again, he spins. He's so cute. So this is super cute, this set. I love this set. And like I said, it is my featured card. So I hope you guys enjoyed my live video today. And don't forget to share my video. Anybody who shares will be entered into a drawing to give away something. I don't know what I'll give away. It'll just be something different. And I still have my special going on, which is if you make a $50 purchase in my shop through October, and you can have your choice of any ink pad that you want, any color except for Memento Tuxedo Black, stays on uninked, or Versamark, but all the other inks are included. So you will just, I'll email you and find out what ink pad you would like. And also right now, guys, today, the 23rd, it is October 23rd, Stampin' Up! Is doing a 24-hour flash sale, and they've got some great stamps on sale. They're 15% off. There's certain stamps. So if you head over to my shop, there's a little link right on the front page that says, you know, flash sale. But I'll leave that in the video description also. So, all right, guys, until next week, same time, same place, and hopefully I will get my stuff together and get my card here. So what we learned was that the Scotch tape didn't work out too well, and I think because it pulled out. So maybe if there was a better tape, maybe Scotch tape wasn't the best one to use, but if you have like a really something with a lot of adhesive, that'll hold that string in. You just want to make sure the two strings stay so that you know, when you give your card to somebody, it doesn't look like this. But again, it'll look like this. Super cute. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.